Welcome back now from parenthood problems to money issues you asked, and our guest is here with the answer.
Yes, thank you very much for sending in your questions. Our dilemma doctor is here. Katriona O'Sullivan, good morning to you.
Morning. Hi, Katriona.
Right, let's get straight into it because we always run out of time with this one. Right, my partner of 5 years and I both agreed we didn't want children. But now he has decided he wants kids. How do we talk about this?
This is really hard.
Yes.
The thing, if it was me or if it was the circumstances I was in, I would question whether he was being honest from the beginning and whether he secretly hoped that I would change my mind, because that does happen. So that would be playing in my mind and I'd want to explore that with him. But like in relationships, this is a significant difference. You can love somebody and want different things. And I would say to her, like, do not have a child to please anybody else, because it's such a massive responsibility. Yeah. And so, like, this is something I would recommend that they go to therapy over if they can't agree on it. But it's a game changer and it's a deal breaker maybe for the relationship. You can love that person, but if he really wants children and she doesn't, then it's probably something that's going to end the relationship.
And it is this is fundamental, right? This is it. This is the number one thing.
This is not like, you know, what bank we bank with or where we like to eat meals. This is like a deal. There's some things in marriages, I think, that are deal breakers. And whether you want children, where you want to live, particularly sometimes what country, them type of things are deal breakers. And this is something where they have to find a way to align. But I would definitely say to her not to be swayed. It's her body, it's her decision. If she's completely sure, then she has to communicate that with him and ask him to change for her. And if he's not willing to do that, then they may need to go to therapy, try to fix it. But if not, they might need to move on. Yeah,
because as like, how do we talk about this? And her body will do certain things as she gets older that might make her doubt herself. But it's, you know, it is. It's just the hormones all coming out.
But I would say, because, like, I'm sure maybe that he did have that belief, but the kind of closer you get to where you have to make a decision on this.
And also, you see your friends, you see their lives changing as you age. I will say this, like, research is showing that up to 50% of women are now saying that they want to remain child-free. This
50%.
50% of women. This is big.
Well, also the percentage, the research that's in that the load, the mental and parental load is mostly on women.
It's on women. But now that we have the opportunity to work, to participate in education, there's not as much of pressure, and we have choice. There's not as much pressure for women to have children. So this is something that's going to come up more and more in relationships. But it's okay for the man to have changed his mind if that's what he's done as well. But it just means they're going to have to really work hard to try to meet, or maybe decide to love each other but not be together.
This is a really, really tough one, and I hope that you do find your way through this, but you have to be honest and open about something like this. Now, my friend has asked to borrow money for a friend's trip from me. It's quite a sizable amount. Like, this is a trip. What should I do?
Okay. I'm going to reveal a bit about myself here, which I do a lot. But years ago, when I was on my welfare, I was very poor. A friend of mine asked me to lend a £5. It sounds like nothing. For a £5 was a lot to me back then. And she never gave it back. And I swear to God, for years, I resented this girl. I really, every time I saw her, I just thought, £5. She owes me a £5. Even when I was richer, I still thought it. Anyway, a really wise friend said to me, if someone asks you to lend money, in your mind, say, would I gift them the money, and consider it a gift? And if you're able to consider a gift, then give it, then lend it. And in your mind, decide that you're gifting them the money. It will protect you from resentment. It will protect the friendship and everything else. In this circumstance, that's what I tell the person to do. Would she gift the money to her friend? If she would, then give it. If she wouldn't, then don't. Because the risk is she'll be out for coffee in a month with a friend and she's ordering a $4.50 latte and she's thinking in her head, that she owes me for 500 quid and she's having a coffee and a pint. So the reality is, if you wouldn't gift it, don't give it.
How do you deal with that, though? Because I can just imagine being there and you're on the holiday and you're buying €12 cocktails going, are you joking me?
I know.
So how do you kind of go, I'm not, if you're not comfortable with it, how do you kind of say, I'm really sorry?
I had it recently. About a year ago, a good friend of mine said to me, would you lend me money for a holiday? And I said no. I just said no. I actually have the money and I could have done it. But the reason I said no is because I knew that I know myself that if I saw her spending on other things, it would actually affect our friendship. You might see me as being mean or not a very nice person for that, but I need to know who I am. So that's why you need to be clear that you would gift them the money and you're not going to end up with a resentment. And like, we're very bad at saying no. But it's okay to say no. She's asked you for a favour and you can just say, I'm really sorry, I'm not comfortable with that. But look, I hope you can come on the trip. I really hope you can come on the trip.
Yeah.
It's super advice. Super advice.
Did you say friends?
We're friends, yeah. Apart from the Fiver girl.
Did she get the Fiver?
The Fiver girl is gone.
I hope she's watching.
Yeah.
Fiver, care of Katriona O'Sullivan, Professor Katriona O'Sullivan.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Was it old money?
It was punds. It was
Punds,
5 punds.
Inflation,
5
like we're
punds.
talking
Yeah,
€13
You
now.
might not know who you are. You've forgotten. OK, let's move on to another one. That's great advice. My book club has been meeting for quite a bit, but now one of the members is a new mum. She can't talk about anything without bringing up her baby and now wants to bring the baby all the time. Is it bad of me that I'm sick of talking about their baby?
Honestly, yeah, it's bad of you. Like, come on. How mean is this person?
But they're a book club.
I'm not being funny or nothing, but like, when you have a baby, your life is consumed by the baby. And like this, it sounds like this new mum is trying to keep engaged in the activities that she always engaged in with before. When you have a baby, you lose all sense of friendships, activities. So it looks like she's trying to keep them going. I would say to this person, give her a bit of a leeway. Like in a year's time, when the child is really annoying or really running around or screaming, she's going to want to leave it and come to the book club. The other suggestion I have, if she really wants to talk about it with her, suggest a book that has this as a topic in it. Okay. And let's have the conversation indirectly.
Oh, you evil genius.
But honestly, give her a break. Like, at the end of the day, your friendship isn't always about being on the same page or liking what someone's talking about. It's about understanding, giving people leeway, allowing them to be obsessed with things, to have their lives change, and just going with the things.
But like, even taking the baby with them. Like, when do you draw the line that, OK, the baby in the pram is grand, but like they grow up to start running around the place, starts to get a bit...
If the child starts interrupting the wine drinking, because let's be real, book clubs are about wine drinking for most women.
Not when you're minding your child.
Yeah, well, you know, we never know.
Okay.
But for me, I'm like, yeah, if it starts really getting in the way, maybe it's something. But now it's just a newborn baby. And it sounds like she's more annoyed about her talking about her child all the time. Come on. Like, when you had a new baby, that's all you think about and talk about. That will pass. And if you want to stay friends with that person, you need to give them a bit of leeway, allow them to talk about their baby for a little while, and maybe give them a book about a fiction. I'm
literally going through books going, it's not the push, it's not this. What is the book that has this? Because there are many that have this as a theme. But you're not alone in feeling this. No. I know every friendship groups where babies happen, you know, it goes one of two ways sometimes.
I know how annoying I am right now about my grandson. I literally, if I tell someone I have a grandson and they go, do you? And then I get my phone out. Even people on the train, I'm like, look. And I can see they're glassed over. I actually don't care. You need to listen to this thing because this is so amazing.
I like what you said, though, as well, is that this mum, is wanting to still have a bit of her old self back. Do you know what I mean?
Give her that.
And having a baby is all-consuming, so giving her a bit of leeway.
Give her a bit of leeway. And if that's what's happening, maybe arrange to have a coffee with her or do something else with her if she's desperate to keep social environments or social activities up.
Love it.
How about this one? I've got a first date this weekend. I'm really excited, but I've just been added to his private story on Snapchat. This feels like it's moving a little bit too quickly for me. What should I do?
I gotta be honest, okay?
I'm loving it.
I just got the ick when I thought, I'm sorry. Now, I shouldn't say that, right? Because there's loads of reasons why this guy might have done this. He might be a bit older. If he's on Snapchat, maybe he isn't.
No,
He might not understand the connotations of, like, adding someone to close friends. Like, I'm trying to give him a bit of leeway. But personally, for me, it feels like this guy's trying to force a closer connection than they haven't actually got yet. So I don't know the background, how often they've been chatting. maybe she's the only person in his close friends.
But it's first date as well. They haven't even had the first date yet.
Yeah.
So what I would suggest
Coming on too keen, too quick.
Well, it is a bit that, but we have to also, like, come on, we're in a time where it's really hard to meet people. So, like, I wouldn't be throwing everybody away really easily.
Yeah, that's true.
So what I would do is I'd probably go on the date and I'd make a joke of it on the date. So I'd say to him, I nearly didn't come. When you added me to as a close friend, I was like, you know, does this guy understand, like, that there's boundaries? I'd probably make a joke of it and then hear what he had to say about it and hear his explanation about it. And if he said something like, oh, well, I just thought that we were really close and that we should share privately, then I'd be gone.
I'd be like, what are you putting up this week to close friends? Do you know what I mean?
I know.
He wasn't putting up any, like...
Yeah, but maybe he wasn't. I don't know all the details. But my first reaction was ick. And I think you guys had a little bit of an ick at the thought of it as well.
I do, but I do agree with what you're saying. There's so many reasons to not turn up for dates nowadays that you say no. And actually, if you go to meet the guy, do you know what? Maybe he just made it by mistake. Like, maybe it's absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
do you mean? And he just thought he was doing a nice thing.
Yeah. Just let everyone know, if you don't know, you can have close friend stories, so just people that you know can see them, and then you can have your public stories. So this would be for...
So I have close friends, so I can share pictures of my grandson with them all, because I don't share them publicly. So, like, I bore them all with my grandson pictures.
On close friends, that's what it is.
Yes.
Katriona, as always, absolutely brilliant. And that idea about reading a book in book club about the theme that you've got an issue with, it's so good. As always, Katriona O'Sullivan, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.